Hello my beautiful family and welcome back to the channel. Today we're covering episode 13 and oh my gosh, crap hit the fan in this one. I don't even know where to start. Yes I do. We're gonna start with Angela and get her over with. Michael takes her to an outside restaurant because this woman has to have a cigarette in her hands at all times. And the berating continues. Angela learns that the process will not take 2 weeks. No one ever told him that. It was a guesstimation that he just made up based on what he has heard from other people.
I have seen it in the groups.
What group?
I know you don't know much about.
You know why I don't? Because you don't tell me.
You don't tell me Michael, give me your hand. I need an ashtray. So she's getting all pissed. What the hell is this visa group journey that he's in? He's not allowed to have friends. Give me your phone, Michael.
What is this with all these checks?
That is.
Wait, December, Michael.
Okay, I have no idea what this is, but from what I understand, it essentially sounds like an online bank where he has been making deposits, basically a private savings account. And honestly, if I was Angela, I would be upset too. Why does my spouse have a separate savings account that I don't know anything about? But also, does Michael make his own money and shouldn't he be allowed to spend it or save it?
Are you digitally giving money to the bank or are you
No.
handing cash? So where's the bank?
It is.
Where is the bank? The question
There
I
is
don't
no
want
bank.
It's like trying to explain the internet to her, not that you could anyways. She just keeps interrupting. There's nothing he can say or do. She's already pissed and got it all made up in her mind exactly what he's doing, which begs the question, why is she still with him?
The piggy bank is common in Nigeria. A lot of people do it, both rich and poor.
Okay, is anyone Nigerian down in the comment sections? Or anyone who's traveled abroad? I'm not educated enough to know this. What is he talking about? Is this true?
Paradise, man. Let's check this mother out.
These are people that were in the same visa journey together.
Okay, my jaw was on the floor when I saw that. My husband was taken up for Michael, but I was like, what is that? He is the administrator for a group of Nigerian men looking for women in America, and most of them appear to be older women. Now, devil's advocate says, you know what? If both of them agree to this exchange and these old ladies can enjoy their final years, I mean, it's better than hiring a nurse or hiring hospice, right? If it makes both parties happy, let them do what they want with their money.
Right there is giving me a what the hell is this? That looks like they're scamming people from the U.S.
He started this group and he's collecting money from these people and Angela knew nothing about it. But again, it's no surprise why he doesn't want to tell her anything. He's damned if he does, damned if he doesn't.
People will bring information together. This is how we know.
You have no goddamn business helping you mother.
Oh my gosh, this guy earned his visa. Okay, I'm gonna fast forward. She ends up keeping his phone with her and leaving. He's chasing her down, kicking the geese out of the way.
Move, ducks. I used to be scared of you. Now I'm pissed. Move the up.
Nature isn't even safe from this dinosaur. Her new name is Ursula. Okay, it is Ursula. She's an evil witch.
She dead. Look for her husband dead. They're all laughing about it. There's 100, 200 people in this chat.
The poor cameramen. Do they have to sign a waiver that they agree to film her? Like, she is a threat to everyone's safety.
That's a bunch of money. Michael's involved in a money ring.
What was that? What is that? Is it drugs? Why are they posting pictures like that? Then she finds messages about the life insurance that you could receive if your spouse dies.
Is this bitch planning on killing me? If you pass away, the life insurance company can pay out a... What the is this?
Oh my gosh. We don't even know if he has anything to do with this. She just blames him for everything and assumes the worst. Is it any surprise he doesn't want to tell her anything? But guess what? It keeps getting worse.
I also uploaded the tax return 2022 by Angela.
They know my personal business!
Okay, that's enough. Let's move on to the next disaster, all right? Ed and Liz.
If he didn't call off this wedding, today would be our 1 week of being married.
Liz is still brokenhearted. She's not over it, but she's got to go back and collect all of her things from Ed's house. She's got her mom with her to help her pack and definitely to be her emotional support. Oh my gosh, my nose is itching so bad and now my eyes are starting to run.
Take an allergy pill.
I don't have any more allergy pills. Okay.
You deserve so much better and so much more. The potential that you have far exceeds what he would have been able to give you.
Oh, Mom, you're absolutely correct. And I'm happy for Liz that she moved on, but she moved on so fast. These episodes are filmed like maybe 1 year ago from the time that we're watching it, and she's already married again. This is officially her third marriage. She needs to slow down.
Had exactly what he was looking for, what he was asking for. He just tossed it to the side.
It cuts to Ed and he's making himself a fruit smoothie. I couldn't help but notice the enormous amount of fruit he was using, and also he used fruit juice to mix the drink. I couldn't believe he was eating that much sugar. Okay, he looks like he's going to choke on his own chins. Also, the house is a complete wreck. He hasn't done a thing since she left.
I can't imagine anyone staying with her long term. The way that she acts and...
I can't imagine a godly, Christ-like man speaking so ill about the woman he moved into his home and slept with for years without getting married to her. Over to Liz. She's on her way and already starting to sob.
I'm very angry. I'm very nauseous. Like, I don't want to feel anything towards him.
So they get to the house and Liz immediately notes how filthy it is. She walks into the kitchen and Ed doesn't even look up at her. Why are you cleaning? She starts walking around the kitchen and she's shocked that he has the same fruit on his counter as when she left. It's rotting, it's molding.
I've only been gone for 1 month and this house is a pigsty. I'm just really annoyed. It's disgusting.
Liz, it's disgusting that you are picking up around him when you are there to get your belongings, because again, he kicked you out. You should have thrown that rotten watermelon on the ground and just let it shatter all over the place.
Have you been cooking out of this?
Yeah. It's awesome.
It is awesome. It's better when you wash it because you've been cooking with slime.
He's like, oh, it was just like that. Like, I didn't do that. It cuts to his private interview and he's like, they just walk in and started attacking me. He's always the victim, you guys. He starts tearing into Liz, demanding rent money, and she's like, F that, Ed. I have the screenshots. You told me pay rent or get out. And look at me getting out. He's like, well, I didn't think that 2 people were gonna be here today.
Well, maybe you should have done a better job raising your daughter.
Oh, I did a fantastic job raising my daughter. That's why
you
you're
sure
out.
have.
Let us pack.
That's why you abandoned her.
Get out.
The fact that he still acts like this at this age, after claiming to have done all of this therapy, he is so unbelievably immature and vindictive. If it were possible, his insides are more hideous than his outsides, and that's saying something, because he has got to be one of the most unattractive men I've ever seen.
There are no words in any language, written, spoken, ancient, that can describe that son of a bitch.
Oh my gosh, I love that. I love her. Go, Mom. Beat him up. Meanwhile, Ed is making more of a mess.
I knew that was going to happen.
After this, my husband dropped his drink and he's like, oh crap, I knew that was gonna happen. It's like it's become our new inside joke thanks to this idiot. Moving on. This toad is with Sophie. Of course, where else would she be? This woman is completely codependent on her daughter. She has informed Sophie that she would like to have a sit down with Rob because she has some things she needs to tell him. Why?
Then he agreed to meet, which is a little bit surprising considering that we left things on such a bad note.
I was really surprised that Rob was willing to meet with the mom, but I think he's willing to do it because he wants to be with Sophie. But after the way things ended with them, why would she think that this was a good idea?
And he told me that his friend Try, he went to our wedding.
Yeah.
He told Rob that he thinks that I'm using him.
This just pissed me off all over again. Why are you telling your mom all of the grievances you have with your husband? And isn't Rob allowed to vent and share his feelings with his own friends? And what about all the crap that you told your friends about him? He has no one on his side. He has no one fighting for him and standing up for him.
We can make it work. We can move back to London together.
Mom's like, he needs to be called out on it, Sophie. And she's like, no, Mom, I don't want any more drama. Rob needs to do the talking, not you.
I'd hate to have to move back to England.
You don't have to move, I move. You can stay.
You know I'm following you around the world.
No, you-
Every country you go to, I'm like, near.
There it is. Mom wants her best friend, her little gal pal. It's totally selfish. She doesn't care about what Sophie wants. So anyways, we have to fast forward to them meeting up because it was a disaster. All right, Rob walks up. He's cool, calm, collected. He asks Sophie for a hug and tells her she looks nice. He looks over to Claire and greets her. They make some small talk, and then Rob's drink comes out.
Yeah, after you drink, you're very nice. Just be drunk forever. Then we get along.
Now, I'm projecting right now, okay? I know. This comment really pissed me off. You don't like your partner unless they're wasted? What an awful thing to say to somebody. Then Claire follows it up with her delicate words of wisdom.
Your marriage is an absolute train wreck.
She starts telling him about all this crap she's heard and why was he acting that way. You're breaking Sophie's heart and it's upsetting me, Rob. And Sophie's like, well, Mom, like it wasn't that bad.
He didn't purposely, it wasn't bullying.
Look, as soon as he's in front of you, you're melting again.
I am losing my mind. I can't stand this woman. She will not stop until she has Sophie away from whoever she is with. It doesn't matter. She wants Sophie all to herself. Rob is talking to them so calmly, so cool and collected. He's not interrupting. He's listening. I don't know what else he could have done in this situation to prove that he is trying to change. She's like, how dare you tell Sophie that your friend thinks she wants a green card?
When two people get married, even if they're going through hard times, and
They'll stay together, that's what you're going to say,
that
right?
they would work it out.
Oh my God, are you...
What is she talking about? He said a married couple needs to stay together and work it out? And that's crazy? Bellend. She is a bellend.
And just own that like a real man.
I'm trying to work things out with my wife here, and you just want her to walk away.
You're a horrible, nasty person to my daughter.
Shame on Sophie for not shutting her mom down. Go throw that woman into a swamp so she can be with the rest of the toads. Disgusting. Have I mentioned I don't like her?
If you don't want to be here, then why are you here?
Shut your mouth, because I'm here for my daughter. That's why I'm here.
But she's asking you to stop talking, and you're saying it's so painful.
He can't win. He can't win. There is nothing he can say or do to make it better. She's talking about him not making any changes. Look at him, willing to come and sit down to be berated. Mom goes, I don't think she should stay with you for her mental health. More like, yeah, because you're the poster child of being mentally well. You can't even say mental.
So you're going to have to sit back and just see what happens, aren't you?
I don't have to sit back.
You are going to have to sit back.
You want to
because you cannot... All right, fine. Control her.
Sophie is just sitting there looking absolutely miserable. This poor thing. I don't think she even has an idea of what a healthy relationship looks like, and it's thanks to this woman. Thank you, Claire.
I don't know how many good men you've been around, so I don't think you have the best.
That's why I've got an experience.
None. So how the hell do you know what a decent guy is?
And then Sophie finally speaks up to tell Rob that was rude. That was rude? You're telling me your mom hasn't been rude?
Because he is rude.
She's been nothing but rude to me.
I'm shutting her down, am I not?
Look at his exasperation. Him and I were not expecting Sophie to jump to his mom's defense. Honestly, Sophie, you need to take a step way back and look at the bigger picture. The mom calls him an effing disgrace. And then she's like, I can't take this anymore. And she's waiting for Rob to leave. And Sophie's like, no, Mom, you need to go. Go.
Biggest gaslighter twat I've ever met in my life.
Mom.
No, I hate him.
Stop.
I hate him.
If my spouse's parents treated me like this, and it was consistent, never ending, a person can't deal with that. Not when their spouse, who is supposed to be your best friend, your biggest advocate, if this happened to me, it wouldn't. Once you're married, your spouse becomes priority, whether you like it or not, because this is the promise that you made.
No, because you're never going to be happy. Like, why can't you just fall out of love with him? He's a horrible man. Oh, disgrace.
So Mom's got the waterworks going, pulling at Sophie's heartstrings. Sophie gets up and she starts walking out with her mom, and I'm like, wait, is she leaving with her mom? What is happening?
It's just everything he says just sent me crazy.
No,
just
I
going
know,
around in
he did- I
circles.
know.
It's like talking to someone in a mental asylum.
After watching you, I need to be in a mental asylum. Holy crap! I'm gonna be triggered for the rest of the day! After Sophie gets her mom situated and feeling better, she goes back to Rob to tell him that he needs to apologize to the mother.
I feel like you should go over and say sorry to my mom. I don't want you guys to beef. Like, it's very hard for me to have both of your sides.
Okay, I'm gonna say it again. When it comes to marriage, there are no sides. You and your partner, you stand united as a team. There are going to be times, a lot of times, where you don't want to, and it sucks. You disagree, but for the sake of the marriage and being able to grow together, you have to be willing to put up with crap sometimes. And this goes both ways.
But
I think it would be better for me to talk to your mom after you and I are on better terms.
I agree with this. The two of you haven't even cleared the air yet about your latest blow up, and you brought your mom in to add dynamite to the whole recipe?
I tried to give an honest answer, and she didn't like
It's not fair
that.
to put me in the middle of this situation.
I didn't put you in the middle of it.
Now you're going to blame Rob? She tells us that he needs to be nice to the mom, and it's obvious to her that he's not gonna change. So she just leaves again. Okay, Sophie, I think I am officially sick of you. Okay, what a shame. Moving on. Okay, now this is what I was excited to see. We've got Thais, Patrick, and John. They're going to be meeting up with her parents and his parents for the first time to discuss the birthday party.
My dad isn't perfect, but he's still my dad, and he's the only parent I have left. My mom passed away a few months ago.
Okay, so the sentiment in me kind of welled up at that moment. It makes more sense why it's so hard for Patrick to see the ugliness in his father, because he's hurting. He wants a loving parent in his life. That's sad. So they're all in the car discussing what happened back at the dad's ranch. John and Thais are both saying there is no need to spend all of this extra money on fixing up the house. It doesn't make any sense.
He always go there, like washing clothes, you know, so he shouldn't be charging.
Okay, let me explain this one. The dad charges Patrick and Thais a monthly rent for their apartment in Brazil. However, the dad does no repairs, no maintenance on the apartment. Okay, that's Patrick's responsibility. However, the dad frequently goes to the apartment to do his laundry and just hang out when they're not there.
I mean, if my washer and dryer broke, wouldn't you let me do laundry at your place?
Yeah. I don't know about for a year.
So now John and Thais are both trying to tell him that they need to cut financial ties with his dad, which means stop renting out the apartment from him. And John really doesn't like the idea. I hope he eventually comes around though, because I personally believe that Jose is taking advantage of Patrick. All right, let's fast forward. Now they're all at the table, they're all together. There's a bit of camaraderie because everyone knows how brazen John can be, and he also doesn't know the language.
I don't know what's going on, but I think your father likes me.
Fraternizing with the...
So Thais starts opening up the conversation. She's like, we wanted to bring everyone together before the party to make sure that it's gonna be a nice day between everybody.
Será que Zé tem coragem de cobrar do próprio filho dele?
Isso aí não é negócio seu não, bicho. Espera aí, cara.
Oh my gosh, I was not expecting Thais' dad to bring it up immediately, but I loved it. John is looking around like, what the hell is going on? What did he say? And then the episode ends. In the next episode, we're going to see this fight drag out. I wish we got more in this one.
When it comes down to it, you shouldn't charge your son for rent.
Yes, he should. I charge you for rent.
Sophie will be maybe moving back in with Rob, and Ursula tells Michael that she's reporting him to the government.
We're going to report this to the federal government.
And that's gonna be it for today. I want to say thank you for all of my beautiful members supporting this channel, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!
No, because you're never going to be happy. Like, why can't you just fall out of love with him? He's a horrible man. Horrible disgrace.
Big that pop. Pull up, hop up, and I say that pop.